Melissa. Happy Tuesday. Guess what? After like a 1.5 year hiatus, Tested Tuesday is back. I am so excited because this was one of our most popular series. I tried to do it every Tuesday, but then a little thing called a giant worldwide pandemic got in my way, and my kids were home and supply chains are all messed up, and I went a little crazy. So crazy that today the item that I am going to test out, mini Xyron, I actually bought it twice by accident. Like, I had this one is here. I've never used it. I just took it out of the package when it came to throw the trash away, put it up on my shelf, and I was cleaning my office this weekend and I found another one. So we'll just, maybe it was like presumptuous that Olivia would probably just grab this one from my office, so I bought another one. I don't know. Maybe it was that I really wanted to test it. I don't know, but I'm interested to see how the mini Xyron works because I have the two other sizes. I have the 9-inch and then I have grab this one. This is the 5-inch, but what ends up happening is when you have really, really small pieces like this, while you can use it with this and put multiple in at the same time, this one lets you put in really small items and the waste for the adhesive is much smaller. So first, let's just back up a little bit. If you're not familiar with what the Xyron even is, essentially it can turn anything into a sticker. So let's say you're cutting cardstock, which is what I did. It will then, you don't have to use a glue stick, you don't have to use any type of spray adhesive or anything else. You just run it through the Xyron and it puts an even layer of adhesive on the back that you can use to obviously stick it to something else. So what I did was I am in the midst of making a 3D paper card. Okay, so I cut a bunch of the pieces, a bunch of the smaller pieces already. Here's the leftovers. And what we are gonna do is we are going to partially assemble this design. Now, the reason that I'm showing you this is so that one, you can see how well this cut and how small they are. Just, obviously really small pieces, okay? And secondly, so that you know that why are you not putting the whole thing together? This is like a rather complex design. It has a bunch of steps, a bunch of pieces that need to be cut, and I just want to focus on, can our Xyron work for this? Okay, so I have everything cut on my table. I'm gonna pull you down so you can see that as we try to assemble this. So the first thing, the Xyron here, this has 20 feet. It comes with 20 feet of adhesive. And it's just called a sticker maker. If you are not familiar with Xyron, get yourself familiar because I swear by the larger ones. So we're gonna see how this one works. This one doesn't have a crank, so it's a little bit different. There's only 3 steps. Insert your item, pull and tear, and then rub and peel. Seems easy enough. So let's see. Okay, so I just grabbed this one off Amazon. The link is up top. I think it's like about $9, $10. I also, because I figured people would be asking how I cut such small items, with such detail, with no tearing, ripping, or anything, I figured people would be asking what paper I was using. So I put the link to that. It's American Crafts Precision Cardstock, my hands down favorite cardstock. And I use the Cameo for 1mm manual blade on a depth of 5. So I rarely use the auto blade anymore. I'm really have become a huge fan of the manual blade. So if you're wondering about that, that's what it is. Okay, so here is the Xyron. Oh, it said that my Wi-Fi was bad for a second there. I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna pull you down to my table so you can see all of the pieces that I've cut, and I'll just, hopefully you don't go away while we're doing this. Okay, good. It's upside down. I'll just turn it this way. Okay, so of course, can you see? You got everything? Okay, so of course, these large pieces are not going to go through here, but we are going to put some of these smaller pieces through and then assemble them. Now, what I like to do, I have my computer off to the side with the design up so I can kind of see how this is supposed to be assembled. And when I do that intentionally so that I can see, oh, okay, so these strawberries need to, somehow fit on here after I put the adhesive on. Okay, so that's what I like to do. And actually, before I go through any of this, I'm going to just kind of see where these go so we don't put them on the wrong spot. Now, there are Let's see. So I have 3 different pieces. So that one goes there. This looks like it probably goes here. And this big one goes here. This cardstock is textured on one side and smooth on the other. You can cut on either. You can see, I don't know, well, maybe you can't, but this one I cut on the textured side. The strawberries I cut on the, not on the, like on the smooth side. Okay, and then these strawberries must layer on top of here somehow. Really, right? Maybe I pulled the wrong one. Let's see. See, this is why it's important to figure this out before you get the adhesive on there. Okay, so this, and I cut them all at the same time so that I know that they all have to be assembled with the, in this case, the smooth side up. So that helps me figure out what goes where. Okay, and then these little pieces, the stems go one like that, and you can use, like, you might want to use like a little set of tweezers or something to help just pick these up if they're too small. Let's see. So I know, well, the biggest one will go here. Okay, it looks like so I did cut these with the textured side up, as we said, so that's gonna go there. This one is gonna go here. And also, once you do the adhesive, it's a little bit like, you know, it's not necessarily like vinyl where you have one shot. Like, you can kind of move it, but this is pretty strong adhesive. So, like, it's a good idea to make sure you get it right the first time, because peeling it up is challenging. Okay, that's not right. This goes here, and this goes here. Whew, okay. Now we got all that. All right, so, and then these are gonna go over there, which I'm gonna deal with that in a minute. Okay, so let's do our strawberries. So for this first one, for these individual ones, we can actually put the pink whole piece in there. Okay, so let's try to do this. I'm not sure which, I think I need to put it so it's the right side up. Okay, can you see how I'm doing this? Can you see? Okay, and now I'm just gonna pull this. Okay, and it comes out there. All right, now hopefully I did it on the right side. And then you just peel, and this is the same way that the larger ones work, other than you don't pull it through. With the larger Xyrons, you actually, crank it. It has a crank. And I did it on the wrong side. Yeah, okay, so you have to flip it backwards. Obviously, that would have helped. All right, well, that's okay. We can flip this backwards. Okay, so it's because I was putting the adhesive on opposite. Right, like I was putting it on, I should have put the adhesive on the strawberry pieces. Okay, so now you see how that comes out? Okay, so now this one, I'll do it the other way so you can kind of see. Drop that in there, pull, and tear. This is working cool. I like this. I like the little one. There's definitely less waste than if I was doing the larger size Xyron for these small pieces. Okay, so then you gotta, okay, so there you go. See that? And then I'm gonna put this little guy in. This is why it's, okay. Aren't these gadgets that don't use any batteries and stuff? They're so cool. No batteries, no electricity, you just good old whatever it is. Okay, so now we've got that. So we got our 2 strawberries ready. And now I'll just do the exact same thing for these. Now, you guys can sit and watch if you want. Let's see what it's like if I put more than one in. So hopefully you can see. Okay, so we'll pull that. Before I tear it, I'm gonna drop these other guys in. I'm gonna do them in order so I know what order. In case I forget, you remind me. Oh, it's still, so that, okay. A little bit of waste, okay. Okay, so now I just need to remember that I did it like 1, 2, 3. The one thing that always baffles me is that the clear sheet that you're pulling off is really sticky, but that's not the part on the, so this is the sticky part, but the part that gets sticky on this is underneath. It's very interesting to me. I don't know. I guess I just don't understand fully how it's working. Okay, so we'll pull that off of there. And this is gonna go right here. Still seeing what I'm doing? Okay. So obviously this larger pink base piece I wouldn't be able to put through, and I wouldn't want to because the whole thing doesn't need to have adhesive on it, okay? Oh, now this one I put on backwards, but it still fits, so that's okay. All right, then we'll put these in. Same thing, I'm gonna do it in order so I don't get confused, which I probably still will, let's be honest. You just don't, oh, there we go. You just don't want them to overlap. So just don't pull all the way through. Okay. Yeah, guys, this is a win. When it comes to a Tested Tuesday product, when a product says easy to use and it's easy to use, that's a win for me and you. Why do I do this? People ask me all the time. Why do I test out all these products? Do I really need all these gadgets? Of course I don't need all these gadgets. But I like to try stuff out, experiment with it, figure out the best method, and then tell you. So that way you can decide, do I want to spend my money on that? So that you're not spending your time and money testing. Okay. All right. And then we got that on there. Okay. So we've got all these pieces. So again, as I said, I'm building a 3D box that has the strawberries. It's all these multiple pieces. However, I'm only doing these small little pieces so you can see. Now, these little, like, it looks like rosemary, they each go in here. So they're all pretty much the same size. So I'm not going to worry too much about, you know, which piece they go in. I'm just going to pull them all through at the same time. If you're commenting, I do apologize. I literally, my camera is pointing down to the desk. I cannot see it at all. So if you're commenting, I'm gonna guess that you're saying, where did you get something? And I put all the links at the top. And Ashley will go through and she usually puts the links in the comments as well, so you can find it. Because sometimes Facebook's funny like that, like it doesn't show the comments. It doesn't show the links at the top. Now, I was kind of hoping that I would have less waste here, but not so much. Okay, so I'm gonna pull, this is like, so this is the other thing. It's really cool because it doesn't really put adhesive in the spots where there's no paper, okay? So it just puts it only where you really want it, which is nice. Okay, so we'll pull this piece up. I am gonna finish this project, but it's gonna take me a little while and I'm not gonna do it on Facebook Live because I still have to cut the rest of the pieces. I was thinking while I was doing this, like, it would be so nice if I had a person that came to my house and cut this stuff, prepped these projects for me, because half the time I spend so much time just prepping them just to teach you how to do it when I could be doing 2 at once, or I don't know. Anyway, that was just my wishful thinking. Okay, so we've got these pieces all together. So now the way this card goes together, and like I said, there's many more pieces to that. No, well, not many, but it's gonna end up being a 3D box somehow. I don't have the rest of it all set. I think oh, you know what? This is supposed to go in here. So actually I can send this whole thing, wait, where's this go? Oh, it lines up. So I'm gonna throw this whole thing back through here now, because I'm looking at, you can't see it, but right over here to my right, I have the design, the finished design on the computer showing me what it's supposed to look like, so I can tell, you know, how it's supposed to be assembled. So that's there. Where'd that other one go? Where'd the other little piece go? Oh, duh. And then this one goes right in here. Okay, so we'll do that one in there too. So you see how this is, I love this because I don't have glue all over my hands. I'm not fiddling around with a glue stick or adhesive glue or, adhesive glue or a glue gun or glue spray or glue whatever. I'm just using, I'm just trying to fight this thing off my hand. Okay. All right, so there we go. So that's how this is going to eventually all come together. I'll show you guys a picture when I'm all done. But I think, do we agree that the Xyron is a winner? I think we can all agree that this Xyron, whoa, now you're like a little weird. I think we can all agree that this Xyron is definitely a winner. I'm loving it. I think it's super awesome, especially for like really detailed things. You can see how this came out. So anyway, if you're interested in the Xyron, the mini Xyron, perfect for really small, tiny items. If you're a Xyron junkie like me, they make it in multiple sizes as well. And when the cartridge runs out, this piece here is replaceable, so you don't have to buy the whole thing again. Off the top of my head, I'm not sure what the replacement price is for this, but it's not as much as buying a new one. Okay. All right, you guys. I hope you have a fabulous day. It was great to do another Tested Tuesday finally. See ya.